Uh, my organization is Acholi Religious Leaders Peace Initiative, which is an interfaith cooperation that brings together the different religious groups, namely the Catholic, Anglican, Orthodox, and Muslim communities. Our work is to work for peace. This initiative came about as a response to the LRA crisis in northern Uganda. We do a lot of activities. The first one is advocacy for peace. That is what we do at all levels. That is at grassroots levels, national level, regional level, and international level. We have been all over the world. We have been in North America, in Europe, in Australia, in Asia. We have been all over the world, John only. And many people in northern Uganda now, like in Lango, Teso, Madi, West Nile, all have taken our model as their own now. They have religious groups in all these districts. So we feel that the world has learned a lot from us because of our consistency to speak for the truth. On the basis of truth, we have never changed our message to the government, because the way to peace is the way of God. That is through peaceful dialogue. There's no way one can bring peace in the world apart from peaceful dialogue. The LRA actually came to Acholi Religious Leaders Peace Initiative and requested if we could play the role of a bridge between the government of Uganda and the LRA. We did. We went to the president. The president gave us the green light, and within 10 days we were able to make contact with the LRA for the first time. And we met with them more than 20 times in the bush. But we told them that we will not do this one secretly. We will write the minutes of every meeting we had with them. And we would give the copies of the minutes to them as well as to the president of Uganda. And this built the level of trust between the government and the LRA. So the government at the end appointed presidential peace team to meet the LRA. But you know, if you are fighting somebody, you are not completely free, you know, to trust that person. So there was still very high level of mistrust between the LRA and the government of Uganda. So when we made all possible arrangements for this meeting between the presidential peace team and the LRA second high command to take place, the military unit in Agago, in Pade district, in Pajule, attacked the very venue where we were going to meet that morning. So that derailed the peace process. That was March 2003. And that was the time the LRA actually went as far as Teso, when they went on the offensive against each other again. So at that time, the LRA looked at us as the as people who allowed themselves to be used by the government of Uganda as a bait in order to kill them. The LRA also call us government agents. On the other hand, government of Uganda sometimes also call us LRA collaborators. But we said that was not our role. Our role was to bring the two sides together so that the problem is resolved by peaceful means. Then the last attempt, which is a major one, was launched. It is called Operation Lightning Thunder. Launched on December 14, 2008 at Rekwamba in Congo. Now, this operation called Lightning Thunder actually brought the situation what we are witnessing now in Southern Sudan, in DRC, and Central African Republic. All these military attempts failed very miserably. They did not achieve their objectives to put off the LRA from action. Right now as we talk, LRA have committed a lot of atrocities in Southern Sudan, especially in western equatorial states, and then in DRC, in Dungu and Wele. Yeah. Then in Central African Republic, they have committed a lot of atrocities in Bo. Now, what is happening in these three countries is that there's a lot of bitterness because of the LRA brutality being inflicted on the innocent people. So many, over 1,000 children have been abducted from Southern Sudan, Central African Republic, and DRC. Over 400,000 people have been displaced. People at this time around 4 o'clock in the evening or early morning until 10 o'clock, you cannot move freely on the road because of ambushes by the LRA. So there is a lot of bitterness in the three countries. Now, there is a new development now, especially in the three countries, that people now see this is a foreign force. KONJ is a Ugandan rebellion, and therefore KONJ rebellion is Ugandan rebellion. Because KONJ also comes from Acholi community, these people have a feeling that KONJ's rebellion is Acholi's rebellion. So there is this feeling of Acholization, where people think that because KONJ is committing crime against them, therefore Acholi community is the one committing this crime against the innocent people of Central African Republic, of DRC, and of Southern Sudan. So that is a new development now. So KONJ is not now being taken to be accountable and responsible for his crimes against humanity. But his people are now being demonized as the ones who are killing. So that is my fear, that if nothing is really done to stop, sooner or later the war would really escalate to include even the innocent people of Uganda or the innocent people of Acholi community. The most important thing to realize, to understand is that Acholi Religious Leader Peace Initiative is an interfaith cooperation that brings 4 different religious groups or denominations together. That means that we have Muslims, we have the Christians together, the Catholic, the Anglican, the Orthodox, all speaking with one voice. Now, what brings us credibility is our consistency in what is true. When we speak, we don't speak because we just want to speak. We speak because it is really necessary. It is absolutely necessary for us to speak to the LRA, to the government, to international community, as well as to the community in Uganda. We speak the word of God. That is what brings us credibility. And when we speak because we know that we are all human beings. Even those who are in the bush, our children. Those in government, also our children. Those who are being killed, also our children. And they are all children of God. And therefore, we speak for humanity and for God. That's what earns us credibility in the eyes of the community, as well as in the eyes of the government of Uganda, as well as in the eyes of the LRA. At first, they thought that we were agents of government, or sometimes government would think that we were LRA collaborators. But later they realized and found out that we were none of all these things. Well, first of all, I'm a victim of this war. My daughter was gang raped by rebels in Gulu in 1987 when we were in Canada. My wife and I and our other 2 children were in Canada when we received the sad news that our elder daughter, Joyce Adom, died under very mysterious circumstances in Gulu. But when we came back, we found out that she was actually gang raped by the LRA, by the rebels, and when she came back from that terrible ordeal, she committed suicide and she died. That was the first experience we have as a family. And you know, among the Luo people, we are Luo people, there is no rape in our culture. So if your daughter has been raped, or leave alone gang raped, is the worst human rights abuse to the family and to the person concerned. After 10 years, when we became the first Dacian Bishop of Kidgum Diocese, my wife went home, and as she was coming back to Kidgum, on the morning of Friday, May 23rd, 1997, 10 years exactly when our daughter died, she was blown off by a landmine, allegedly planted by the LRA, and she died instantly. When I received the news, I felt like a tree split from top to bottom by lightning. It was extremely hard for me. I struggled. With a lot of bitterness, pain, and hopelessness. But her tragic death has become a real challenge to me, and that's why I've committed my life fully to work for peace, so that other people should not go through the experience that we went through as a family. That is what motivated me to dedicate my life to work for peace. Yeah, as spiritual leaders, we don't lose hope. Our hope is in the living God. Where the hands of a human being stop, God begins to work from there. Where we cannot reach, that is when God begins to do the miracle. That's why we have never lost hope. As Acholi religious leaders, peace initiative, even in the most difficult time, we have never lost hope, because we trust in Him who calls us to be witnesses to the world.